All right. All right. All right. All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Late for the Party on Anchor FM. I am your host, Mellodious, aka Coverboi, the Modern Marvel. We're going to cut into the chase right now because I want to get into a topic that a state representative is trying to, Illinois state representative is trying to ban a popular video game because of a recent spike in carjackings in areas of Chicago. State Representative Marcus Evans Jr. is trying to create a bill because it's saying basically State Representative Evans says during the press conference of Monday morning in South Suburban Olympia Fields that video games are contributing to the carjacking surge across the area. Grand Theft Auto, which has its first installment released back in 1997, the main issue, Evans said that he plans to introduce a bill to ban sales from the game in Illinois. Grand Theft Auto and other violent video games are getting in the minds of our young people and perpetuating the normalcy of carjacking, Evans says. Carjackings is not normal and carjackings must stop. So, this is all I'm going to say with that because, I mean, regardless my thing is, he's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. He's a black man. I mean, nothing's wrong with that. But this is not what I would think, like, this is the reason why that we have, like, crime rising in Chicago or anywhere as of late, for that matter, because of the recent spikes, is not because of and to part my French, a video. I'm not even gonna cuss. I'm not even gonna try to cuss, but because of a video game, because honestly, it's like you could sit there and make excuses that video games can influence the young kids and everything. I mean, in some cases, can anything influence kids? Absolutely. From music, from video games, from reading books, from doing a lot of things. It's just about you navigate, like how that kid navigates through, from his parents or anything of like, okay, this is not, somebody structuring that kid and where the foundation of this kid is. I mean, we're not even talking about most kids. I mean, we're talking about most of these so-called kids or adults or anybody doing these crimes. I mean, it's because of the social economic structure is all wrong. I mean, we're talking about environments like in the neighborhoods that that don't get those kind of opportunities and education, or even the fact that dealing with mental health or anything like that. But they want to sit here and put blame on video games because that is their scapegoat for understanding that is their scapegoat for them to actually make the excuse that, oh, that's the reason why. Like, okay, you mean the influence of others isn't the reason why that there's crime, the crime rate has risen everywhere, including Chicago and everywhere, because I mean we're dealing with COVID, people losing their jobs, people can't get a job because of the fact that if they have a criminal record, they can't even get certain jobs, or they can't get a job. And it seems like you're making the excuse. You're trying to escape the fact that you're trying to put blame on something that really has nothing to do with the issue at hand. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because you representatives of Chicago or anything, or your state is not trying to do anything about trying to better the communities or trying to give those opportunities in, dealing with proper education and whatnot, and trying to give people the chance to actually try to build themselves. But you guys want to sit here and make excuses that video games are the source of your problems. Honestly, coming from a guy, coming from me and everything else, hey, it's a release. I mean, it's a release valve. Coming from a guy who deals with anxiety and whatnot, and I could pop on my video game and actually just, try to, release my stress and my tensions and everything else. But that's it's an excuse. That's all it is. They're trying to make excuses for the situation of them not doing their job the way they're supposed to, and instead of them trying to make the situation better by trying to get schools, like get the proper education to the young who needs it, or try to get better job opportunities, and all of that is important. But these mugs want to sit here and try to make it seem like, oh, Grand Theft Auto, man, Grand Theft Auto has been out. The whole franchise of Grand Theft Auto has been out since 2013. Okay, the Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out in 2013. Okay, the whole Grand Theft Auto 1 came out in 1997. Okay, carjackings and crime and whatnot has been going on long before Grand Theft Auto was even in its infancy. I mean, I play Mortal Kombat. I'm not sitting here I like playing Mortal Kombat. I'm not sitting here trying to do an actual fatality on people. You know what I'm saying? It's just about how it's a lot of factors, but it's involving with having your family involved, having your people, having your friends and family. I mean, there's a lot to it to where you got to not make that excuse that it's gonna be just, oh, well, we're making the excuse of it because, oh, it's Grand Theft Auto. I mean, there's a lot of things in social media or anything from TV that can influence anybody. That could influence anyone. You know what I'm saying? You see it on a movie or anything. I mean, so that's your only excuse, is that they're making it for just a video game. And I call it bullshit. There you go. I'm just going to start cussing right now because honestly, it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's like, it annoys me because you got these like bleeding hearts out here who tries to make excuses that, oh, this has to stop because of all the carjackings that's going on in Chicago and whatnot. And I'm like, dude, well, if that's the case, then once do your job, get the people who are supposed to do their job to stop that from happening. But then more importantly, try to help out the communities try to help out those try to help out the hood and try to help out everybody in those communities who wants to better themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, trying to get those opportunities. A lot of people, who don't get that opportunity, So it's not like you're going to sit here and just put blame on a fucking video game. I mean, hell. And if we're talking about, the economy and everything else, I mean, hell. I mean, not everybody's really trying to. There's a lot of people out there who ain't really got the game to even be playing like that. If we're sitting here worrying about carjacking and like, okay, so I'm playing a video game, so, oh, wow, I can actually jack a car in a video game. Oh, guess what? I want to try to do that in real life. If anybody who really does that shit, they really have problems that they have to really deal with. Those folks have problems mental health issues or anything, or maybe a father, that their father or anything, or their family member that they, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes on with that, and it's not all about video games. Jesus, man, people, boy, I swear, it's like people want to make excuses for every little detail, but the main issue is that the foundation for the minorities, and for poverty and communities and everything. And it's like when you go to white neighborhoods or anything, you see like schools, and you see opportunities, you see like all these in places that in the places like in Beverly Hills, you see all that. But when you go into the hood or anything, you don't see those kinds of. You have to go outside the hood and the hood to do stuff like that, or get those kinds of opportunities, or like if you don't have a criminal record or whatnot. And it's like one of those things is like giving those folks and everything the opportunity to actually try to better themselves because they want to be better. And if there's not, then you have to either move. And then what happens with that is like, tearing down, and then the big companies are trying to tear down families' homes and houses so they can actually build a fucking stadium or whatever the fuck. And it's like, come on. And you guys want to sit here putting blame on the spikes of carjacking because of fucking Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, I'm going to get off the hook. I just wanted to speak my mind on that, and I called bullshit. So either way, this is your boy Mellodious, this is your boy. Shit, I'm almost fucking up my own shit. Man, look, this is Late for the Party live on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't commented or leave a comment. Let's get some dialogue. Let's talk about it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast on Anchor FM. You also check out all the cool merch on the Late for the Party store on Teespring.com. The links will be in the description once I upload everything to my social media and on the YouTube channel. So either way, I am your host, Mellodious, a.k.a. Coverboi, the Modern Marvel, signing off. And as always, if you're going to be late for the party, turn it up to 11.